Hello, everybody. I am Amir Elabbady. I am a UX designer. I am from Minneapolis. Currently work with Accenture, but before I do start, just want to give a big shout out to everybody that put this together. This took a lot of work, and we're not even done with all the amazing designers. So I just really quick wanted to give a big shout out and a huge shout out to Heather Lee. So let's bring it back here though. So like I mentioned, I am Amir Elabbady. I do UX. So a lot of people may think, what is a UX designer? So it's very similar to Godfather. And in the sense that we have to juggle multiple perspectives, whether it be, technology or business, or whoever may be, to ideally align with the needs and pain points and goals of our end users. And a lot of people may think of perspective more in the traditional sense or visual sense, where for all the architects who just graduated from architecture school, they'll know that things like vanishing points, eye level. That's not really what I'm talking about. I'm talking about perspective more from a mindset, and more so how one may view things, so to say. And here, I'm going to really quick pause right here, just because for some odd reason I can't see my notes. Not the best in the world. All right. Cool. All right. So, like I mentioned about perspective, so for all the confused faces, people who don't know, I'm 100% Egyptian and proud, as well as Muslim. So first generation Egyptian in Minneapolis. Rest in power, George Floyd. But as you can imagine, we kind of stick out a bit. Just growing up, coming from a different culture and background, especially in Minnesota, it definitely felt like there was constant pulls from different directions, trying to kind of cater to the different audiences. And with that, really allowed me to kind of rediscover a superpower really that most designers have. And this really surfaced with all the stuff with the racial tension, but it really showed me and helped me rediscover that designers, a lot of times, we have a superpower of being able to see a picture from multiple perspectives, and especially in the world of UX. So as all the designers here, this is I got a quick photo of you guys, but also shout out to Josh Gambino. But this is you, and anybody coming from a different background. So all Black designers, all people of color, anybody that has a different background, that really is for you. Now this brings us to 2020, and I know all of you may have remembered all the different New Year resolutions that people had and whatnot, but this was 2020's response. But with 2020, in all seriousness, there has been a lot of problems. And with that, sorry, it's my notes aren't showing up. With that, there's a lot of problems, which really brings me to the next point about with art and design and how powerful they can be. They both use creativity, but in the sense of art is more of a form of self-expression, as where design, it should almost always be using creativity to solve a problem. And any design project will really start right there with the problem first. You want to avoid featureitis if possible. And that really brought me to 2020, where it brought me to a new perspective that people can come from different backgrounds and come together and align on similar goals. as I learned similarly. But for my call to action for all you is really to create and empathize for those who you're creating for, and try to incorporate as many perspectives as possible, just because our target audience now it could potentially be somebody who's a lot more familiar than you think. So that went by really fast. That is my talk, though. And I do want to say just thank you again to everybody that put this together. This has been absolutely amazing. A little bit more about myself. I am a UX designer at Accenture, and been doing consulting for quite some time. I've been absolutely blessed and fortunate to work with multiple Fortune 500 companies and whatnot. Not really what I wanted to talk about, but that's really brought me to the point of we really need more representation from any other background than white in corporate America. From corporation to corporation I go to, I always take out like a sore thumb from meetings and whatnot. So the only way we can really solve these problems, and I truly do believe design could change the world. Um, and and yeah, so it really just comes down to us, uniting. But that is enough from me. I'll stop rambling. But hey, if you guys do want to follow me on Instagram, go ahead, add me on LinkedIn, send me an email, check out my portfolio, although I haven't updated it since probably 1991. And yeah, that's all for me. Thank you guys.